Joining me now from St. Petersburg is Florida State Representative Michelle Rayner. Ms. Rayner represents the 70th District, which includes parts of Hillsborough, Manatee, Pinellas, and Sarasota counties, which narrowly avoided the worst of Hurricane Ian, but was still drastically affected. She has been on the ground ever since, handing out supplies and taking inventory of what the communities in Southwest Florida need. Representative Rayner, good to see you again. Thank you for being with us. You and I talked on Thursday, and things actually it was last weekend. I'm sorry, I'm losing track of time. It's really, really bad down there. And there are a lot of people who may not have been subject to the worst of it had they known earlier. What's your sense of why people weren't warned as early as they could have and evacuated as early as they could have, if they could have evacuated?
Well, Allie, it's good to see you again. Unfortunately, I feel like whenever I see you, we're always talking about what could have, should have, would have. I think a couple of things. We knew that this storm was going to hit West Florida somewhere, whether it was in my district, St. Petersburg, Tampa, or whether it was in Lee County where it ultimately hit. So one of the things I think is that we need to ask the hard questions of the county of why they did not have people evacuate earlier. But also, and as I've always said, and I want to kind of preface this, evacuation, the ability to evacuate is a privilege. There are a lot of people, even if they have gotten that notice, that they would not have been able to evacuate because of inability to travel, of, work or whatever it may be. But also I've been hearing, just anecdotally through people who are in Lee County, when that notice came, I think it was like about a day before, maybe even less than 24 hours before the storm hit. It came to communities, it came to people's phones that are mostly Spanish speakers or Creole speakers, and they didn't understand. They weren't able to read it. And so they didn't know to evacuate. So I think we got to look at a couple of things. One, when we're giving that notice, the ability for folks to be able to evacuate, and then also making sure that information is accessible to non-English speakers.
There's also an issue when I was there. You and I talked. It was actually the night that I talked to those shrimpers. They weren't far from where help was, but they had no way to know that because their phones just weren't working. In Fort Myers Beach, cell phone service wasn't good. People had lost power, things like that. We don't seem to have methodology to deal with marginalized communities, whether they are Spanish speakers or other language speakers or poor communities which tend to live in places that'll be prone to flooding. We haven't figured out some basic stuff. We figured out high-end stuff, right? We can get FEMA there. We can get people there, insurance companies. They can start to repair their well-insured, well-built homes. But on the low end, we have not figured this out anywhere. It's not just a Florida problem.
Well, yeah. I mean, Allie, I don't think it's that we haven't figured it out. We know what to do. It's the intentionality behind it. It is the intentionality of making sure that all of us are protected. We are able to get information to whomever we need to get information to. It is the intentionality behind it. And that's what, from day one, when I, knew the storm had hit, you and I had talked, and the other colleagues of yours and I had talked about making sure that this recovery is just, making sure that this recovery is a recovery for all. So for me, once again, it's about having an intentional focus, an intentional eye as to making sure marginalized folks, but not just even marginalized, our working families, our teachers, our bus drivers, the folks that maybe can't afford to miss a paycheck. And God knows in Florida, with the educational system and the low rate of pay we pay our teachers, they can't afford to miss, a day of work. Making sure that they are taken care of and that they are looked out for, as well as folks who are, on the high end of the economic spectrum.
Thank you for what you've been doing. I know you've been out there helping with getting help to people who otherwise aren't getting it. We appreciate it. One day you and I will actually talk in good times, and I look forward to that.